Good morning, sunshine. Welcome to Morning Inspiration with Friends with our host, Miss Inspiration. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe as you sit back and listen.
Hi everyone, good morning. We started a little bit early because my schedule just quickly got adjusted. But I'm back. Happy Monday. We are literally smack dab in the middle of the month. Can you believe how quick 2025 is going? Like, I cannot believe that this week will make 2 years that I closed on my house out here in Tulsa. Like, it's 2 years. Like, oh, Jesus. So I'm excited about that. Thank you for being patient with me last week. I hope the replay for the first 5 days of living and thriving as Miss Inspiration was inspiring to you. Hope it triggered something, ignited something in you to go out and take action so that you can do all the phenomenal and incredible things that you are called to do. Um, so I'm really excited about that. So I hope that you enjoy that. That was really the reintroduction of Miss Inspiration, and it really started the movement of wanting inspiration with friends. Now I hope in case you did you miss the intro? We got a new intro coming in. I've been playing around with some AI avatars. So I created an AI avatar that will help introduce us and get this started every morning. So if you missed that, you can always just hit the replay and you can go back and see. It is the first thing that you're going to see now on Morning Inspiration with Friends. So I do have an announcement to make. I will be presenting at Tulsa Tech Week next week. It is going to operate from September 22nd to September 27th. I am doing my workshop on September 25th. It is a virtual workshop, so anyone can register and join, and the information is below. But I'm going to bring my other friend in to tell you more about that workshop.
Hey friends, listen up. I have some exciting news to share. I will be presenting at this year's Tulsa Tech Week as I present Chatbots with Purpose, preparing clients before the first session. If you're a coach, consultant, educator, or service provider, this is your chance to see how chatbots can transform the way you connect with new clients from day one. Join me on September 25th from 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. CT. Register now.
Register. The link is below down in the description. You can go ahead and register. It is 100% free to join. You just have to register before the start of the presentation, well, the workshop. So today I wanted to talk about something that I talk about quite often. And I talk about it because I encounter a lot of people that are dealing with financial struggles, right? They need more money, and or they have a need like right now, an immediate need, and they don't see that they already have access, like they already have the answer, but they don't see that they already have an answer. So in their minds, it's like, let me just go borrow from someone. Let me go to the bank. I know Cash App is like really pushing. You can borrow $60 or whatever, and people are utilizing that. And what I want people to start really thinking about is using what you have to get what you need or what you want. And I really like to focus on the things that you need, because the necessity is something. So if you need extra rent money, you need car loan, car payments, gas for your car, you have access to a lot of different things that you can literally tap into right now. And I just realized that so many people don't see that. They make excuses, they have all these limitations, and they really do block themselves from having that life. And there's a lot of examples. So I really wanted to focus on this morning two things. So we all have probably heard about the widow woman in the Bible, right? Always got to tie things back to the biblical first. So the widow woman, what scripture was that? Let me pull my notes up. That was 2 Kings 4, verses 1 through 9. Okay. So this is a widow. Her husband passed away. She has debt that she needs to pay off. And so a prophet comes along and he's like, well, what do you have? And she was like, I don't have anything. He was like, well, do you have oil? And she was like, yeah, I have some olive oil. He was like, well, get the oil and get the jars and, start pouring them. And literally the fact that she just kept on pouring them, they kept on having more oil. And next thing you know, she had such an abundance of bottled oil that she was able to now pay them, sell them. People was able to pay her, and she was able to pay off her debt. And so many times you will have the answer right there in your house. It might not be oil. It could be clothes. You might have an excess in, you know, items that somebody might want. I remember back in New York, and I'm pretty sure in other cities, there is a gentleman that he purchases old records, like the old records, the small ones. And I still have that box, and I really do. When I need to go back to New York, I really do need to sort through that and contact that man, and be like, "Hey, sir, do you want these records? How much do you want for these records?" It's like a whole box that I inherit. It's an interesting thing to inherit, right? But that could be something that I can go and say, hey, if I need $100, maybe I get $100 for this big box. That would be something that I can sell. I know when I was in my financial crisis, 2016, 2017, I have an abundance of handbags. Coach handbags. That's my thing. I've been a Coach girl. I'm a Coach girly. I don't care about nobody else and how you feel about Coach, but I'm a Coach girly. And when life hit me, I understood that there's going to be a day I can go out and I can buy another Coach bag. But right now, today, I have a need. I needed to pay my mortgage. I needed to pay my light bill, my cell phone bill. I put those bags on one of those apps. I think Poshmark wasn't around yet. It was another one. And I took the pictures and I posted them and I sold 2 bags that I was able to go out to the post office, mail it out as fast as possible, and quickly get this money into my account so that I can pay these bills. So sometimes it is a tangible thing. Sometimes you might have an abundance of a lot of things. This is the reason why Facebook Marketplace is such a big hit, because people literally can post something and in 10 minutes they get an offer from somebody who's like, I'll take it off your hands for $10. I'll take it off your hand for $50. And they're able to sell those things and to now add things into their account and declutter and get rid of the stuff that they're no longer using. Somebody out there wants what you have, and you have to see it. You have to see that you have something of value that you can exchange for whatever it is that you need. So this woman in the Bible, again, 2 Kings chapter 4, verse 1 through 9, she was just reminded, no, you do have something, right? And I think it's always interesting when we realize that the prophet came and reminded her, hey, don't you have this, right? Because as a seer, a prophet, we have those gifts and we can see, well, you do have the ability to do this. You do have the ability to do that. So you have to just see that value. And I'm realizing a lot of people don't. They feel as though that either they want to stay attached to these items because it has meaning to them, which is understandable. But again, like I said the week before last, when we were speaking about Tabitha Brown, I don't want the narrative of having to be homeless because I'm so stubborn and I'm not obedient, that God is sending me a voice, a reason, and telling me basically what to do and identifying items that I can use or gifts that I can tap into. And I'm being disobedient because you know what? I don't want to get rid of my bags. I don't want to get rid of my sneakers. I don't want to get rid of my oil. I don't want to get rid of none of those things. And now you end up in a worse situation because of your lack of obedience. So I really want us to think about that, right? And then we also look at like modern parallels, right? So you got to use your platform. All of us have a platform. We all have social media. And there are some people who are not monetizing their Facebook pages, and that is fine. But they're still using their platforms to promote to promote events and to promote items that they're selling. They're utilizing their platform to help them to get what they need or what it is that they want. I always think about Rihanna. Rihanna was a person, she is a person that many people are really upset about. They're upset about the fact that, Rihanna is focusing on this beauty. She's forgetting about the music. She used the music to get what she wanted as a long-term goal. Now, I have heard of clips from when she was younger, and she did talk about, because they was like, what else do you want to do? And she has always shared that she had an interest in beauty. She always had this interest. She utilized her gift of singing to create a platform for herself, to create a following, and she was able to utilize those funds to now invest into future and other business endeavors. Because of that, that is where she was able to become a billionaire. Now, I know a lot of people seem to have a lot of mixed feelings about people that become billionaires and, multi-millionaires, because they feel like no one person needs to have all of this money, right? At the end of the day, if anything, if a person is out here providing you with a gift, with a talent, a service, and you are paying for that, I feel as though that a lot of people, you should be paying for that. Beauty products are not cheap, right? You can buy the cheap ones, but it's still not going to be free. Even if you go to the dollar store and you buy the lipstick from there, or the mascara, it costs money to produce that. In order for you to get that, you have to exchange it for funds. Now, I don't believe that a lipstick needs to cost $50. I've done it one time, and trust me, I used that lipstick, that lip gloss, until the bitter end. I think it was a Marc Jacobs. I don't know, but one of my friends got me to buy one of them very expensive lip glosses, and it cost me $55. I'll never forget. I got it from Bloomingdale's, right? So she took that influence and she said, "Okay, I'm going to use the influence as a singer, and I'm going to use those resources, and I'm going to save it. I'm going to invest because it's going to now multiply." And it helped her to create this business empire. That's what a lot of us have to do. What big dreams and goals do you have that you can use what you're using now, what you're doing now, to help fund that? There's nothing wrong with a person utilizing something that they have today in order for it to help you to grow and to multiply that in the future. But you have to see that. This is the reason why I always say most people would never appreciate those artists that have walked away, or not even walked away from music, but have realized, you know what, I can do more, I can make more, and I can have more of an impact, whether it's for their family or for the global, if they were to go into doing something else. Doesn't mean that they don't appreciate their gift of music and singing, because once in a while she'll come out and do a single. I think she did one for what's that? The second what was that movie? Black Panther. Black Panther. I think the second one she did a song for. So yeah, you may not get an album, but you might get a song here and there. You got Super Bowl halftime show a couple of years ago. So she's not fully walking away, but she's also not making that her top priority. She used that to get what she desired, and there's nothing wrong with that. A lot of people can learn from that. You already have something that can make you a lot of money today, or you can make that money and then you can invest it. Another person was Chameleonaire, right? Chameleonaire was one of those rappers that I mean, I feel like art, like music wise, yeah, his song, "You See Me Rolling," right? That song, okay, I remember that song. I cannot tell you how many other songs I know of his, because I don't know any of his other songs. But what he ended up doing was taking those funds, and he started to learn about tech. And he started to learn how to invest his money into these different venture capital projects, and seeing his money grow and multiply in different aspects. We met him as an artist, but he grew his money, his empire, and by investing his money that he made from music into different avenues. These are things that we can learn from. You don't have to stay in the space that you started in. You can expand and you can grow. You can use that to fund what it is that you truly desire. So I want people to start understanding this, because a lot of you are sitting and you're sitting stuck, right? And I always say, it's not a real stuck. You have to see the value in it. the last thing I always say, and like I said, this goes back to it, I really feel like the woman, the widow and the oil, that's a lot of us right now. There's a lot of people, and I've met so many people over the years that when we have these conversations, especially the lack of funds, and I'm like, okay, so what can you do? I do believe that everyone can teach. Can you teach me something? Absolutely. Now, whether you think that you can teach is another thing. When I started teaching in 20 what year was that? 2015, because it's been, oh no, 2010. When I started teaching in 2010, I did not believe that I was a teacher, right? Although I have been training and basically teaching people since I was in high school, I didn't see myself as one of those. I didn't go to school for that. That wasn't my degree. So I was really believing and aligning myself with the narratives that society tells us, right? You got a degree in bachelor's in communications, Tanisha, you need to be focusing on communications. Go be a journalist. But at that time in that season, I needed more money. No one was hiring me, but someone took a chance and gave me a class and said, hey, I want you to teach this class for me. And I did that, and I fell in love with it. And then when I started to grow in my gift and started to understand that, okay, God really did give me this and something very unique, I'm going to continue to pursue this and see how far it goes and how far it can take me. And it opened up doors for me to do even more. Here we are 15 years later, and I'm still teaching. I'm always teaching someone how to do something, whether it's a software, it's helping them to, build their communication skills, their writing. There's so many different avenues that I can go. And these are things that I never learned in a traditional classroom. So this is the reason why I say to people, yes, you can. You can teach. You can teach someone something. It doesn't have to be a full semester worth. It can be one class, one session, 30 minutes, 90 minutes, however long you feel those people are going to need for you to explain to them exactly so they can walk away with a full understanding of this topic. You have the ability to do it. But you have to see that. You have to see that as valuable. You have to see that as possible. And I'm telling you, I would rather sit, trust me, when I was in my dry season, that's when I was doing even more of my online coaching, and I was doing more group coaching and group teaching, because it was like, this is what I have. I have access to this information. I have all of this knowledge that someone out there needs. Someone out there is wanting it. And I'm going to produce it into a course in a live group coaching. And these people signed up. And guess what? I was able to pay my bills. I was able to keep the cell phone on. I was able to keep the lights on, because I was tapping into what I had access to give me what it is that I needed. And so this is a message to everyone out there. One, if you don't believe that you are a teacher, have a conversation with me, because I guarantee you I'm going to help you see that teacher in you. But two, I also want you to stop thinking that things have to be the way that they used to be. Things have to be, traditional, and people are looking for certifications. I'm not saying go sign up at anyone's school. I'm saying you can show up right here on social media. You can go on YouTube. There are people out here who are showing videos on top of videos. And then they're saying, hey, you want to learn more, or you want even more attention and more time? You want this live interaction with me? Sign up for my live class. And people are signing up to pay for that. But you have to see that value the same way they saw that value. And when you listen to a lot of those people, none of them have educational backgrounds. Not at all. They don't have none of that. They just got up and said, you know what? I need and I desire to help people, and I'm going to use this gift of speaking and teaching to help someone to learn how to do fill in the blank XYZ. That's very important. That's what I want y'all to start tapping into, because that's what's going to help you to get what you need. So I am literally, this week I will be posting I'm trying to figure out what type of, it's like I want to help cultivate like those non-traditional facilitators, teachers that really do have the ability to create a phenomenal course that can help someone out there to get to the next level, to build a skill, a hobby, or something like that. Like there's someone right now that I'm working with. I'm trying to like tap into them spiritually, energetically, and help them see that they do have this ability. And I have like about 5 people that are interested in this course. I'm willing to host the course for them. So that's what I want to do. I want to help people to design it, to create it, and then I will help host it. And this way, you won't have to really worry about those other like technical parts. You will have experience with it, but it won't be something that you will have to like really focus on and get frustrated with, because you will have a me. Right, Tanisha will be there to help you to set it up, things of that nature. So definitely tune in and pay attention to my social medias so that you can get access to that information if that is something that you're interested in. But again, if you are into tech and you are a service provider, you are a consultant, you are a coach, remember what I said. I'm doing this workshop with Tulsa Tech Week next week Thursday, September 25th from 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. Central Standard Time. Sign up for that. It's 100% free. I will be discussing how to utilize AI chatbots as a point of entry for your onboarding for your new clients, and see how that can help you to make it easy, make it seamless, and also to make sure that you're maximizing the time with the person. So often the first session is, I don't want to say wasted, but a lot of time is spent in that first session trying to get to know this person and understand their whys, understand why they signed up with you. So you have an AI chatbot that is able to do that for you, to do that vetting for you, and give you like a blueprint or a snapshot. This is the person. This is what they're here for. This is what their goals are. This is what they're trying to achieve. And you are now able to go into that session. You can now ask those real questions that will help you to continue and to make that first session valuable. So that's something that I will be doing. So again, that link is in the description. You can sign up. It's 100% free. And then you'll be able to be a part of Tulsa Tech Week, right? So I'm really excited about that. And I'll be back here tomorrow. This week will probably be about 7:20, 7:30 ish every single day this week because of some other obligations. But make sure you are here. Share this message. Let somebody know that I'm here, right? Like this message. Subscribe if you're totally new. If you've never been here before, actually hit that subscribe button. And again, if you are, hopefully you like my new intro with my new AI avatar that I created. I've just been like really playing with different AI tools all week, and that's just been like, I just stayed in the house, and that's just all that I did. And I'm happy that I did, because I learned a lot and I really pushed myself. So you just never know what's gonna happen. All right. So have an amazing day today on purpose, with purpose. I love you. God loves you. And continue to be out. Continue to do amazing things while you are out there. I am your girl, Tanisha Shanae. Be well and be blessed.